Welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you, Melzi? How are you? How's it going?
I'm great. I'm great, thanks.
Good stuff, man. Good to have you on the show this morning. Now, for someone who's never heard your music, how would you best describe it?
I would say my music is amapiano that's more soulful, and it plays more on the Afro and techno side of music.
Okay, when you say amapiano, which is more soulful, is it a new genre or is it something that you created to add a bit of flair and creativity?
I would say it's not a new genre, but I would say it's just my style, and it's something that already exists. But amapiano is quite broad, and you have your fast, your tribal, your Bacardi type of amapiano, your kwaito, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
So mine is more soulful and deep house.
Okay.
Based amapiano.
So yeah. What elements or influence around you you'd attribute to the music that you make?
I grew up around a family that loves music, and I think that also had a huge influence on my music, actually, from my family to my parents. So that soulful vibe I grew up around actually had a huge influence in the ear that I have today. Yeah, I think that's the key influence also. And looking at my biggest inspirations from abroad also, so I think it contributes a lot to my music.
I see. And since you've started in the music industry, how have you evolved or how have you grown?
I would say I've grown in terms of product.
The current era and amapiano wave that seems to be the in thing at the moment.
My music, I would say, sometimes it scares me. I would say I do my own thing, yes, but sometimes I do get a fright because it can be scary to, hear my sound. Then I can hear that my sound is very different from what's actually out there. So me creating this sound that's different and that a whole different vibe is actually scary for me.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder, like, even when I take out a song, I wonder, like, will this make it, Will people understand what's going on in my mind?
Yeah,
so I think that's something that's also very controversial. So it's hard to sometimes know if people will understand what I'm doing or if they're gonna say it's not the right thing because it's not what they used to.
No,
so
I get
it's
you.
quite tricky, yeah.
No, I get you loud and clear, man. Because you know what they say: if your dreams and goals are not big enough, or they don't scare you, then it means they are not big enough. So let's talk about your album 18.
Yes,
How's that going?
My album 18 went quite well. With my biggest single on it is Geso. I'm actually evolving from that one now, working on a new one, which is gonna be something, the title is not confirmed yet, but it will be around something 19-year-old, because 18 was when I was still 18. So yeah, but it's going quite well.
Okay, so you're looking at 19. So in short, you'll be releasing a single or an album every single year of your life.
Yes, correct. Maybe 2 projects this year, in fact.
Okay. Let's talk about those 2 projects.
My recent project, I'm currently working on a single. The title is Piano Ngenzan. I'm with MFR Souls and Basi on it. It's gonna come out soon, probably in the next month or so. The date is not confirmed, but yeah. The album will follow shortly, maybe 2 months from now, I'm guessing. So I think it's a great sound that I'm developing also within me. So I can't wait for people to hear it. And again, I really hope they understand what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, we certainly do hope so too. Now, Melzi, how do you go about choosing who you want to collaborate with or feature in your songs?
Usually it's not quite hard for me because personally, I haven't worked with a lot of big artists yet, as I would say big, or people that are really way ahead of me yet, because of I have told myself that I feel like my music needs to get to a certain extent and I need to get to a certain level of maturity in my music as well before I expand, you know.
Yeah.
So the reason why I haven't worked with a lot of people, I give myself time to expand and time to actually find out who I am, like in this music industry. And I think it will be easier for me to collaborate when I know officially this is how I do my thing, you know, and people understand it, because I don't want to work also with a lot of people and then I lose my touch or my style at the same time.
Okay.
So usually I work with someone like MFR. So for me to and to work with them, I could hear their line of work is similar to what I want to do and what I'm doing. So it made it easier for me to pick them out and approach them and be like, yo, let's make something, you know? Because yeah, I don't want to ruin my touch as yet. Until I know for sure I got this, then I'll be willing to expand my wings and fly out.
Yeah, and having said that, being a DJ and producer, do you sometimes feel any pressure of always remaining on top of your game in terms of what's current in the industry?
I can think about them like, yo, you don't know what's coming, you're gonna love this, you know? So it gives me that inspiration. It's like there's an audience when it's not there. So I think, yeah, that's what keeps me ahead of the pressure.
So Melzi, are you loyal enough to the current genre, which is amapiano, such that when there's another evolution of a genre or there's an emergence of a new genre, you'd still remain with amapiano, or you'll simply jump the bandwagon?
Yes, honestly speaking, my history, how I played before, I used to play Afro music, Afro tech, that type of sound, you know, the Ibiza type sound. So actually, I also love deep house at the same time. So it was easier for me also to adapt to amapiano, but also amapiano, there's a certain level of it I haven't adapted to, you know. There's amapiano I still can't listen to, you know. I can only listen to a certain type of piano and usually soulful. And when we do emerge to a new culture, I feel like I wouldn't actually just jump onto it because of I'm trying to merge my sound in amapiano and deep house. So you can hear that deep tech vibe in my sound, you know, in amapiano. So I feel like even when it changes, it won't be hard for me to still be relevant because of it's not something that's far away from Afro at the same time.
Okay, Melzi, great chatting to you, man. Thank you so much for your time. Do you want to share your social media handles where your fans can interact with you on?
Thank you for your time too. On Instagram, you can find me at DJ Melzi _official_ on Twitter, DJ Melzi _ on YouTube, DJ Melzi _ official.
All right. Melzi, great chatting to you, man. Thank you so much for your time and all the best in your music.
Thank you so much, man.
We just spoke to DJ and entrepreneur DJ Melzi on music and what he's currently working on.